It's deep within our own hearts that we find that elusive but critical ingredient to success, which is something that I have always called grit. Hi there, my name is Shannon Huffman-Polson, and I'm the founder of the Grit Institute, the author of The Grit Factor, and designer of the course Going for Grit. Going for Grit has been completely redesigned with the adolescent learner in mind, and I could not be more excited for your students to experience this course. Over 6 weeks, with 45 to 60 minutes a day, your students will have the opportunity to go into every aspect of grit and resilience. Now, my own background is one of the first women to fly the Apache helicopter in the United States Army. I've climbed big mountains like Denali and Kilimanjaro. I've completed long course triathlons, and I've been a corporate leader as well at Boston Scientific, a medical device company, as well as at Microsoft. But I have a particular passion for youth leadership development because I have a couple of them myself. So in this Going for Grit course, in 45, 60 minutes a day, over 6 weeks, we'll look at each part of the grit triad. Now, the grit triad is broken out into commit, learn, and launch. That's owning your past, deep engagement in the present, and looking towards the future. We'll look at, in the commit phase, owning your own story, connecting to purpose, and some really deep work around purpose that's critically important, especially for adolescents. And then we'll move into the deep engagement in the present, the learn phase, where we'll talk about building your team. We'll talk about building the skill and the art and the science of active listening. And we'll end with the really critically important work around mindset, the mindset of success. This is growth mindset, stress mindset, purpose mindset, and ultimately measured optimism. All of them absolutely mandatory to move forward with confidence and the ability to work through mistakes and challenges. And then finally, we'll launch grounded in the past, deeply engaged in the present, looking towards the future with audacity, the willingness to take risks and know how to overcome failures, authenticity, showing up as we really are, and adaptability, the ability to adapt to changing circumstance. We're going to bracket each day with 5 minutes of movement, and this will be yoga, Pilates, and a little bit of strength-based, and then finishing each day with 5 minutes of meditation. Throughout the course, we have a little bit of work on gratitude and random acts of kindness as well. This is all directly tied to mental health and well-being in teens and others. And then ultimately, we'll be using a number of different modalities. I'm going to enter into each learning through story. We use stories from incredible women across the board, and I'm particularly excited to tell you about Melissa Vargas, a Hispanic woman who grew up homeless outside of Savannah and ended up going to West Point and becoming a woman Army Ranger. We'll talk about Meryl Tengestal, the very first and only Black woman U-2 pilot in the Air Force. And we'll talk about Angel Hughes, a Haitian immigrant who ended up being a Coast Guard search and rescue pilot as well. We'll enter in through the form of story, and then we'll use a few different modalities. We have some worksheet-driven work that is an individual work, and then we'll go into some small group work, and then we'll go into some larger group work. We'll use some examples of role plays, and we'll have multiple opportunities for students to practice their communication skills, absolutely critical as well to their success. Again, Going for Grit has been designed for your students, and I could not be more excited for them to experience the power and the agency of building their own grit and resilience for whatever might come.